I'm live. I haven't been live this entire time. Welcome back. Blueberry Wolf Bridge. No intro RPG. The one member of the Random Encounters Show Army that will never get a shout out. And of course, this lady. Yep. Everyone needs to come down now. Yeah, what's going on, my friend? Come on down. Okay, hold on. Of course, hold on. 2 seconds, everybody. Hold on. How can I help you, my friend? Wait for the access. You okay with dogs? You okay with the dog? Okay. There you go. We've got construction. We've got happiness. We've got good times going around. The ex mother in law is out of the house. I thought I had the pad to myself, the kitchen, virtual kitchen. And then, of course, the uh, the ex old lady's got to pick up. Then she's got a text. Where are you on the list of things to do? Here we, folks. Take a look in the description box below. Thanksgiving. What is the poor holiday to do? American Thanksgiving. Canadians got a Thanksgiving. Other places have Thanksgivings apparently. Jesus. Oh no. I mean, hold on. I gotta take care of this. This is cinema verite. Just think of it as cinema verite. I put on no airs anymore. And I gotta tell the old lady that I'm streaming. That's gonna be a thing. Stream it to no one. I hope the audio is going on. Well, I got okay, so I got the bars. So there you go. Listen. So Thanksgiving, poor bastard son of a holiday, wedged in there between two heavy hitters, Halloween and Christmas. Come on. What's Thanksgiving to do? So, and it's testimony to the fact that Thanksgiving has no love is the lack of Thanksgiving horror movies. Now, as we know, output is in. Jonaside's with us. Hey, working, of course. He's taking what they're given because he's Jonaside is always working for hopefully a living. Getting something. And we thank you for your view. Thank you for being here with us. You dirty rat. I was gonna say something else, but he's on the tribe. Anyway, jokes. Anyway, while we're here. Um, speaking of jokes, how you doing, Genocide? Listen to what the turkey people say. Uh, there are more horror movies for Valentine's Day than there have been for Thanksgiving. Though output, everyone and their mother with a handy cam and a phone can now shoot. Hey, everyone's doing it, so why don't we? A B movie, a Z movie, call it a G, call it any movie you want to. Fighting the computer right now. Hey, listen, fighting the computer is not going to help you. You just turn to another YouTube channel. Listen, I don't need to get. I'm not in the computer. Just look away. We've been over this, Genocide. It's not personal. I just look like your old man. We've been over this. You're on my phone. Listen, we've been over this. It's on you. I'm not obligated to stop streaming just because I'm not this again, I'm not trying to be little. This is difficult. I've reached out to Jonasides, not because I'm trying to stalk. And you and the people on this channel who keep on encouraging this parasocial interaction, you're not helping. You're not helping me. You're not helping Jonaside. You're certainly not helping his employers or their equipment. So we all just need to settle down for Thanksgiving and put this in a more positive light. I think we'd all appreciate that. No one more so than the authorities out in Pahrump who have better things to do. Okay? We've been over this. It's not a laughing matter, Jonaside. We've been over this. First we call this, then we call your parents. We've been over this. The next time we call the cops, okay? Anyway, it's Veterans Day, CW, not Thanksgiving. We're looking forward, Mr. Jonaside, if you're nasty. Listen, Thanksgiving. So we're going to, Thanksgiving 1995, 30-year nostalgia loop. We're going back to 1995. If you know, you know. If you're hip, you're hip. Get with it. Catch the fever for the flavor of a turkey flavored Pringle. Did they have them in 1995? They can have them in 1995. We can reverse import tax. We can be the time travelers that we always dreamed of. You don't need a virtual reality AI subscription because, like the early days of Netflix, I'll just on the I'll hook you up for free. Just in the description box below, we have the virtual radio station set up. You're going to want to listen to this radio station, this virtual radio station I've set up. If I had my druthers, and if you were to follow the good doctor's orders to the letter, this is what you should be listening to 24 hours a day until the turkey day arrives. Now, I've got the Suno AI subscription, so it's easy for me to go bing, 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 and turn out virtual holiday hits from 1995 Thanksgiving Day Fever. A lot easier, a lot faster than it is for me to upload and stuff. So even still, I've got a selection of tracks up there. Daily, you should be meditating upon the sounds of the virtual season with you, and all the other dudettes and dudes who choose to partake of this virtual shindig with us. And that is gaming together. We're getting the band back together, the time traveling band. Mobile bands of time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Have heard the new area Thanksgiving favors. I don't know how your Halloween was. I think whether it's the economy, whether it's the mood, the season, we're not just we're just not feeling neighborly. Halloween was kind of a whiff around here. Not personally, we did it up as we do, but at least I think 15% of the houses that participated in going all out went all out this year. Really, we got Tim Frey with us joining us as well. Jonas, I gold medal onto you for live chat participation. Tim Frey grabbing that silver. You need something, my friend? Hold on one second. Oh, who doesn't love dead air? Nothing makes a video like dead air, especially considering the number of people that just listen to the stuff rather than watch. Woo! So we got some major construction happening around here, but we're closer to the end than we are to the beginning. So good stuff. But yeah, they just needed me for a second to move some stuff. So I moved some stuff. Wasn't planning on that interruption, but that interruption happened, and we move forward. So we're already on the 11th. That's the other thing. These holidays, we have energy that we build into them. We want to maximize our feeling for them, our get the most juice out of these holiday seasons. But unless you abuse it, like those people who start, the Halloween season in August. Oh, it is. It's 11/11. Thank you, Genocide, pointing that out. Interesting. Interesting. Um, to it's a catch. It's a balancing act. To make a thing special, you confine it, and you must reserve it and give it its space. For to have the chocolate cake for every meal takes away the the specialness. To have the birthday cake at every event, it's no longer a birthday cake, it's just cake. So I want to do something special for Thanksgiving, to make Thanksgiving for us, to make a go of it, to make it just as good as Halloween or Christmas. That was my hope at the beginning of this November. We're gonna treat Thanksgiving like people treat Christmas and Halloween. We're gonna make a big ass deal of it. So, and I incorporate in the 30-year nostalgia loop, and the secret space program, time traveling technology. We're gonna bring that out of the mothballs as we do for useless family celebrations. We're gonna get out the old useless nostalgia and say we're gonna get the gang back together. Go do it, get that old stuff out. And so I start the radio station. I make some announcements on Patreon. Hey, Patreon, we get the doing the radio thing here over. Listen to this. And I make notes to self and I start watching movies from 1995. Why? I'll tell you why. Because the theme is it's Thanksgiving 1995, but there are no horror movies. No, especially no Thanksgiving horror movies from 19. Well, there's horror movies from 95. There's horror movies from 95 to beat the band. But there are no Thanksgiving horror movies from 95. We want a horror movie from 95. So we're going to we're going to try and create tools for solo TTRPG gaming for Thanksgiving 95. So whether you're creating like little paper character cutouts and just creating PCs that will never be played, or whether you're creating PCs for whatever you got going on as a solo player, or whether we're going to give you some ideas for some random tables that you can use either as a solo player, as a player with a group, whether you file them away, or whether this is just spoken word content that you enjoy as a player of TTRPG games, or whether you just enjoy it as a person who enjoys hearing my voice. And just to hear someone speak at Thanksgiving time of Thanksgiving foolishness, or to hear me wax on about nerdy or nerdy adjacent stuff gives you some sort of thrill or passes the time for you in some sort of way, then we welcome you. Whether this be one of multiple or many shows for the Thanksgiving season, or whether this be the one check-in where I say, in addition to the virtual reality radio contest content that you can listen to join in the virtual 1995 Thanksgiving that never was, but that can be again. Harness the power of the nostalgia loop. 30 years. Folks, if you look out there, true as the rain is wet, the 80s are over out there in nostalgia land, and it is the 90s. From the cut of the kids' jeans to those annoying midriffs, a meddling with your mind, the 90s are back in fashion. And everyone's depressed about something, even if they've never worked a hard day in their life. Ain't it the truth, folks? Welcome to America, right? And it's Thanksgiving in America yet again. Thanksgiving 1990, Tim Frey sharing a memory with us. Thanksgiving 95, fish at the Cap Center and take out Indian food. Story checks out. Story checks out. See, now don't make the mistake, folks. You got to listen to Tim Frey's stories very carefully to realize that he's number one is Brandon Young. And that number two, I'm kidding. It's just a suspicion. Theory, if you will. Fish theory. Listen, you got to read the story carefully. Thanksgiving 95, fish at the Cap Center and take out Indian food. Now, you might be tempted to read that story and think to yourself, hey, Tim Frey saw fish at the Cap Center and then had take out Indian food during Thanksgiving 95. But if you knew Tim Frey like I do, and I don't at all, I know him as well as I know Brandon Young, right? You'll realize that it's just as likely that he's being true blue, not saying a word in lie wise, when he simply tells you, hey, Thanksgiving 95, he, she, they whatever, Vladimir Putin, whomever, was eating Indian food at wherever in Boise. Oh, and by the way, as an aside, check the stats. If you want to know where Fish was, they were at the Cap Center. If you inferred that those two statements together appearing within the same live chat statement, was meant to, imply that those two things correlated in time, or that that I was saying that that's what I was doing. Well, then you must have confused me with another law school graduate. Allegedly. Oh my God. What happened to Tim Frey? Thinking. Steer into it, steer out of it, handle it like this, handle it like that. Am I offended? Am I offended? Um, there was a lot of material to work with in the fish, but I did have Indian food. Or maybe I was saying you could also take it like this. Who's Brandon Young? Oh, here we go. Here we go. They played Prince Caspian or something. I was still depressed about Jerry being unalived, and somebody told me it was a good scene. Didn't see them again. So there you go. So, but here's the thing. Oh, wait. When did Jer Bear die? We have to do that thing because I, when Jer Bear had just died, I went on a train trip on Amtrak to Sedona with my boy Adam and my dude Sam, because Adam had just joined the army. And I was back from UMass Amherst for the first time. So that would have been 95 esque. So there you go. Yeah. We don't need to go. We don't need to like investigate. We'll take you. We'll take it. We'll take it. So they played Prince Caspian. I don't know. I don't know. Get me started on analyzing fish facts. Anyway, listen, folks. 23 minutes and 13 seconds in with 3 people watching. People at home are going to be like, what does any of this have to do with anything related to gaming? Hey, folks. What? What do you want? I mean, what do you want? I'm telling you, we're offering you something very, very special here. I am telling you something that you have to take. I guess you have to take it on. Well, some of you don't. Some of you know. Some of you will find out, and some of you will, in indifference or perchance just in disbelief, will walk away not having tested or tried. But for those who know, some will recoil with negative memories or fear of what happened before, and some will go, hot diggity damn, I can't wait, let's go. If you avail yourself of the random data that will be delivered, some of it will be delivered to you in the form of random tables that can be utilized as random tables are utilized within this space we call game. Or it can be taken as information. I have learned that when I try to deconstruct and explain everything, nothing is communicated. I just have to take on faith that enough people have been around long enough to get 75% of it. And that for those others, for some others, enough intrigue, enough seeds of intrigue will be planted to make them go into the vaults to find out more about this secret space program, time travel technology, this meta RPG. And to those people, well, as they say, the truth shall be revealed. Or is that just what they say? Touchstones, bits of information, breadcrumbs and clues along the road, footnotes, pieces of information that can be looked up later to further your education and edify your soul. Shout out to Jonaside, who reminds us that chrono magic is real. Chrono magic is real. The resonance, the 30-year nostalgia loop, the 25-year nostalgia loop, the 20-year nostalgia loop, to a lesser degree, the 15-year nostalgia loop. When things first start to ripen and the hip kids first start to take note that things in the past don't need to stay in the past and can come back. But words of warning, the trials and tribulations of the day, the modern day. We've been doing the nostalgia dance for so long that repetition, 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 so many things have become permanent and perennial, having been repeated through the nostalgia loops so many times that we seem to have arrived at a state of all time, time, where nothing ever changes, nothing ever fades away, nothing ever goes away, and therefore time has stopped. So it gets a little unloopy, but we can still look to the past to make things happen. So to Thanksgiving 1995, we virtually send ourselves. And in that spirit, to create a game to play along while we listen to our virtual wretched retro 95 radio, link in the description box below. We can play in Thanksgiving 95, a special Thanksgiving 95 game, the pieces of which are constructed from movies from 1995 itself. I have a methodology for harvesting pieces of the past from the past. Watch a movie from 1995 to create content that could be of 95 so that when you game or seek to have a game placed in 1995, you can have the most authentic 1995 experience and hopefully magically travel there via your avatar PCs, or so the theory goes. Remember, folks, if we are people of the scientific age and we know the scientific method and we think this, what could be called supernatural, but if it really is of the world and of the universe and how things can work, It's not really supernatural. It's just a natural phenomenon, a natural practice, a natural ways that we don't quite understand yet. We would have to understand it by studying it scientifically. So keep your notes. Some of the movies I will identify by name and tell you what they are, and some of them I will not. If you go back to this video, you can ask YouTube to present you with a transcript. When it provides you with a transcript, you can use your computer's functions to highlight the text, copy that text, and put it into a text document, therefore having a copy of all this stuff. So the information is transmitted without having to send you to a Patreon or whatever. Though if you look at the description box below, I do have a Patreon. If you think I'm doing something here worth supporting from a movie from 1995, therefore producing information and content that can send us back to 95. Well, how about a D6 list? Right? Roll D6, a D6 list of food items. Well, of course, it's Thanksgiving. We need food items, though unfortunately, we don't have any turkey yet. What we do have is frozen Swiss cheese to go, creepy cream, stupid tuna, the devil's cream by the scoop from the back. Oh, yeah. We also have eyeball cream. And finally, Corpsicle Mix 13. 6 lovely, if not spooky, food items. Again, frozen Swiss cheese to go, creepy cream, stupid tuna, the devil's cream by the scoop from the back. Oh, yeah, eyeball cream. And finally, Corpsicle Mix 13. Are you ready to start gaming? It all starts with the random tables. How about 1d6 list of people? 2 of these are multiple groups of people, but the rest are just people. So you can have a 1d4 list of individuals and a 1d2 list of groups. I have him here as one solid ID6 list of peoples. Break them up further as you go. Starting from the top, 3 weary pilgrims, something from adventure. We're reusing stupid tuna. We've also got It's Classified Ice Cream Man number 9. We also have It's Classified Officer number 11. We also have Dr. Happy Days. And finally, 22 Rocketeers, at least. We have a 1d4 list of plot hooks and or calls to adventure. The inmates have taken over number 7. The Archangel Gabriel is speaking through your mother again. The irony of watching gross tuna eating. And finally, providing cover for the overheard cries of Binky. We have a small 1d3 list of items. Clown icon over turntable 8. My treat, a mystery item. And then finally, the poker. The poker. You're lucky if you get that one. We only generated one ability, which would be the ability to spy digital spies. We also have an action or instruction. Let's take a break. And then as far as locations are concerned, we had just 2 locations, a world of archetypes or a world of archetype true power. Interesting. Tim Frey says, Corpsicle Mix 13? Great. Now I'm starving. So you see, the perfect is the enemy of the good. I thought, oh, should I refine these? Should I wait till I have more people people in this list, or have a separate group of a list of groups of people versus groups of individuals? But then if you do that, then it's not November 11th, it's the 11th, it's November 15th, and there's just X number of days till Thanksgiving. You do this, and then what's the time when people are going to actually have time to play? And will they play? I tell you this. It's Thanksgiving under the sign of the saint of our magical practice, William S. Burroughs. This methodology is born of the mystical methodology of cut-ups. And for what it's worth, and it may not be worth much, when we perform these cut-ups, in my experience, and the experience may be empirical evidence that means and says nothing. Really, honestly, and I concede this, things seem to happen in the act of preparing these materials, in the act of performing this practice, of preparing to do this thing with you. Let's make Thanksgiving a Thanksgiving to remember. Let's have a group gaming experience. Let's set this up. Let's propose this group action. Let's propose this group play. In doing this, this has been a ritual. This has been a performing. This has been a doing. And there has been the appearance of results. From what has been said in the past regarding these endeavors and efforts, if other people participate as well, listening to the radio station, creating silly little characters, rolling 3d6 attributes, standard attributes, and then rolling on the food items to make sure that everyone has a food item to bring to the Thanksgiving table. To the degree that one chooses to participate on a regular basis from here to Thanksgiving, to the degree that more people participate, more shit is supposed to happen. Will it? There's only one way to find out, and that is more people participate to more and more effort. And then we see what happens. That's the pitch. You get out of it what you put into it. I'll continue to put into it. If you continue to put into it, you'll see what happens. If you don't put anything into it and then nothing happens, well, then you see the results. It is what it is. Anyway, we move forward. Anyway, another movie from 1995 that will remain nameless. Items. We got 4 items out of this one. A spiritual shield. A spiritual shield. Tiger jacket. A tiger jacket. A makeshift box for Buddy. Makeshift box for Buddy. And then number 4 on this ID4 list of items, something called Nature's Breath. I don't even know what that is. Something called Nature's Breath. Now remember, these items can be mixed with items from the other list as well. So I think we had like 3. We could like make an ID6 list. We could mix and match. Legends of the Fall. Any movie. Home for the House. We're gonna get there. We got mix-ins and cut-ups to go. Persons. We got a list of 9 persons. Now listen, there are 9-sided dice out there. It's called Zaki dice. They got dice to beat the band. Listen, you got to play yourself some Dungeon Crawl Classics to find out all the different types of dice out there. Or you can break up this list into other different ways. But here's some persons for you. A list of 9 different types of persons that you can use when you party like it's Hardy in 1995 for Thanksgiving with us. I am the chosen one. Or I am the guardian. There's also Wendigo 5 or Wendigo 5. Drunk hunters with guns. Yikes. Armed agents on the land with no respect for the notion of private property. Did someone say Legends of the Fall? Never saw the movie. I said there's a river and there's Brad Pitt. Or am I thinking of the river? Anyway, the root out controller. Oh, I skipped some. Young trapper, brother, he who slays the guardian. Remember, we had I am the guardian before now we have he who slays the guardian. Huh? How's that? Locations. We only have one location from this movie, and that is a small armored fort house back on the mainland. But if you add that to the two dimensions, then you got three locations. Anyway, odd hooks, old odd ends. I got 15 things, entries here, places I couldn't figure out really where to put them. But you see, we got a lot to work with here. Remember, folks, think about using that transcription idea I gave you to get this stuff into printable form for you, where you can cut and paste and put into your own lists and rollable tables for your virtual Thanksgiving 95 needs, or just play back this audio of me as you sleep and come with me now to the Thanksgiving 95 that never was. Ooh, yeah, you like it. Treat me like I'm your big father at the head of the table. Everyone else is your siblings. Enjoy. That's what I'm saying. Odd hooks, odd ends. The body shows the magic upon passing. Animated skeleton encounter while armed with small hand axe. Number 11. Ghostly encounter before the Maiden 13. Tales of this black cat. Two Stooges against the King Kong. A woman appears from out of nowhere. The wind seemed to whisper. Open the door, 22. Giant Wendigo Rubber Witch Bitch rampages in Cabin House 23. It's everywhere, and it's everything. Duke's Charter Flight 401. Thunder in a snowstorm. The 13 Cravings Confessions of Zombie Bud. The Great Four-Legged Beast. The power of the Circle of Skulls when aligned upon Mirror 23. Ooh, I also have these. These are more plot hook setups, call to premise. This is ID6 of those, and these are all winners. These are real good. Here, check this out. Reflecting on events of 100 years ago, the circle of 9 has been broken. Get off the island. Finding the crash of the plane you were waiting for a rescue from. A blizzard centered over the island. The gate to your world is closing. That's a winner. Oh, now listen. Here's a movie that I will mention. So all those movies were from 95. All that information was culled from 95. Now, 20 years before 95 was 75. Now, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is from 1974. We think of these power years. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out in 1974. You know what else was released in 1974? The first edition of Dungeons and Dragons, right? We talk about impactful moments where history changes. These moments, like the horror movie of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the role playing game of Dungeons and Dragons. So I will mention that we're gonna put something from not 1995, but from 1974 into this mix because of that energy, that chrono magic energy from 74 is going to be able to interact because got a 20-year loop. We'll let the year go. It can phase in there. You don't have to be on the dot. We'll let it be we'll let the 21-year go. We'll let it just be a 20-year loop, nostalgia loop for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to feed in and feed the spice. So check this out. I've got 34 entries. I haven't separated these off into lists into like different tables, but I'll just give it to you now, and we'll just let that magic of just reading off the list influence this video. It's working. It's a working, folks. We're doing a working. If you're down for workings, you're down for workings. If you're not down for workings for the holiday season, just go wherever because wherever. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre for 1974 were put in the mix. Cover your ears because listen, I'm going to tell you something. By the very nature of taking information out from the movie screen and putting it in here, it's already a cut up. When you listen, you're listening to the cut up and you're letting the cut up happen. So shit's going to go down whether you like it or not. In theory, that's the theory. So here we go. At the head of the proceedings was Mr. Hooper, produced by parties to the Vortex. One of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American criminal history. Afterlife full flash body photos. A work of art in the opinion of at least one local newscaster. Somewhere near the Texas-Louisiana border. Houston Police 7 versus the supernatural taking over that town. A 16-story building in Atlanta 8. Gary, Indiana 9. Franklin Falls. Testing the Zodiac at 11. This girl's granddad's buried around here. Teasing 13 scenes of horror from the slaughterhouse. Mita's murder. Hitchhiker. Green van a traveling. How to commit self-harm and freak people out. Offering to escalate up the blade track. Transaction denied is a transgression indeed. The vehicle has been marked with blood. Let me see your knife. Sally 22. Come here and take a look at this 23. Knocked out, retarded, to the floor by the masked meat man. The throne of corpse wonder. Some might call it barfart then. Scream onto thine hook. The meat man chainsaws for cuts. When the meat comes back to life, it can doom you. Behold, cannibal kitchen art. Professional broom may trump amateur knife. Roadside meats along mirror 23. Take the throwing wrench and run. Final chainsaw dance of the meat man. So there you go. I could tell you that was when I heard it. I could tell you that was like a piece in and of itself. Fuck y'all. I love you. I love you. I love you. If nobody told they loved you today, somebody just did. That somebody is CW Guilt Shame Pilgrim Pro Tem. This this my my pager be blowing up, as you all heard. Take a look at the description box below. I really want y'all to listen to the radio. Who is this person? How are you? I have one problem. My headphones is not working today. Can you reply me on chat? I really appreciate it. No, I'm not going to do that. From the Osho Zen Tarot, because it's from 94. We get the 11th trump card. We get breakthrough. And the 11th card, I think that is I think that's like I think it's their version of justice. Because it's not strength. I think they have a different way. I think they put their strength at 8. So I think this is justice. I'm pretty sure. But it's breakthrough. They call it breakthrough, and things are in balance and things are in order. You can break on through. And if I'm getting the card wrong, I forgive myself. In the moment of revelation, I forgive myself, and I give myself permission to be innocent and to just seek the knowledge and save the knowledge and the information that is apparent from the visual information provided, and to allow myself to know and understand that the Osho Zen Tarot is the Osho Zen Tarot, not any other tarot deck, and that I can have the breakthrough of information that is the breakthrough of information that is the unique sense of the knowledge. In balance and in the effort to do something new, we do new things. You have to have you have to give yourself permission to look, as in the Transformers movie, nothing new under the sun, and dare to be stupid. You got to get out there to win the prize, to get the hunt. You got to be able to get out there and risk being eaten by the crocodile, lion, bear, monster machine. I don't even give a damn about what they say. I said what I said. Boom. Retro Tarot on a smartphone. That's how retro it has become. Hey, listen, man, if I had cards closer to me, I would have grabbed the cards. The perfect is the enemy of the good. Tippy Tig. Okay? Folks, I love you. I love you. I love you. If nobody told you they loved you today, the guy that just repeated himself by saying it twice. Okay? And I'm bringing it in under an hour. So I must be improving. From the virtual kitchen to the virtual kitchen that hopes you come to Thanksgiving that never was, 1995. Link in the playlist in the virtual radio station in the description box below. Get involved in the working. Throw some dice. Listen to the content of this video. Did a word or a phrase jump out at you? Write it down on a piece of paper. Take notes. Take notes. Cut up the cut up. Watch movies from 1995. Listen to Not But the Thanksgiving virtual radio station. Think not what CW can do for you, but what you can do for CW and his endless quest to make this Thanksgiving better than all the Halloweens and Christmases that ever were put together. Is that a tall order? Yes. Can we do it? Fuck yeah, we can. I believe in you. But do you believe in yourselves? Come on. Go team. Let's do this. Let's do this shit. Come on now. Get together. Seriously, I thought you had a tiny house or a tiny RV. I can. If you help me make it happen. First step, pump up those views across the board. In 1995, we have to send it. We put ourselves in virtual 1995 that never was. But we're actually here in the future. That sends energy back to 1995 that was, sending future vibes back to 95, feeds back to us. We're going to see massive explosion. I'm telling you, it's going to work, or it won't. And then what will you have done with your time other than try to make some shit happen? And if you didn't do that, what else would you have been doing? Your thing, which would have been lame. I'm telling you. Laters. Peace. We'll see you. I said goodbye first, Jonaside. I said goodbye first, just for the record. Okay? I love you. Deuces. We're out. 95.